Let me tell you a story. 3 years ago, I saw a picture of a group of Black scuba divers in the National Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C. I call it the Blacksonian. And that picture stopped me in my tracks and changed my life. My name is Tara Roberts, and I am a National Geographic explorer and storyteller. I had never seen a bunch of Black women in wetsuits on a boat as scuba divers. And when I saw them and I saw that they looked like me, it made me think, oh, maybe I could do that too. I quit my job, and later that year, I was diving in crystal blue waters with a clipboard, measuring tape, and a camera in hand. I was documenting the remains of my first slave shipwreck. When people listen to Into the Depths, they're going to hear a 6-part story about me following a group of Black scuba divers around the world as they search for and help document slave shipwrecks. The podcast talks about the ships. It talks about the people who were lost. It talks about the people and the communities who have given so much of their lives and themselves to helping to unearth this history from the ocean depths. We're resurrecting memories from the depths, bringing treasure in the form of stories to the surface. In this time, so much of our history is hidden, is obscured, is not told fully, that we don't even know who we are and whose we come from. When 12,000 ships brought 12.5 million enslaved Africans halfway around the world, as many as 1,000 of those ships wrecked on that journey. But to date, less than 10 of those ships have been found. That means there's a huge chunk of history that's just missing. The statistic that just sort of broke my heart was learning the number of Africans who died in the Middle Passage, in the crossing from the Africas to the Americas. They estimate that 1.8 million people died. Okay, I want you to sit with that number. Not 5 people, not 100 people, not even 1,000 people. And that's tragedy in and of itself. But we're talking 1.8 million souls. Throughout the podcast, you will hear names being called because these were not faceless people. They were not just statistics. These were human beings with full lives, with stories, with dreams, with hopes. So we're hoping to give some life to that in the podcast. It's time for their stories to rise from the depths, to be told in their fullness, in their wonder, and with love, with honor, with respect. That's why we're taking you into the depths. Here are 3 of the questions that I pose throughout the series. One of those questions is, why does this history matter? Second question is, does it matter who tells this history? And then the third question was, how can the search for this history help me as a Black American woman feel like I belong in this world, in this moment in time? So those are the questions that we are exploring throughout the series. And I will say, listen to hear the answers.